How's it going, everyone? Desir here with my round 1 opponent for week 2. It looks like I'm going against Medicus. I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how I was going to tackle this opponent because he does have a very unique defense, and I wanted to make sure that I got a full clear and a very good score because this season it looks like the typical 50,180 isn't really going to cut it. You need to aim for like the 190 plus to have a very good score to kind of ensure that you have a shot at winning. The way the rooms are lined up, it kind of is playing into that favor because all of the rooms are definitely beatable. There's really nothing where it's going to be kind of the unstoppable room, if you will. Let's go ahead, check out my opponent's TCP and defense so you kind of see what I'm going against for this round. It's pretty crazy stuff. And here's my opponent. He is about 79 million TCP. So it's going to be about a 4 million punch up. Nothing too crazy as far as TCP wise, but the defense is definitely saying something otherwise. And you can definitely see how he has that golden apocalypse skin right there. So he's definitely a very competitive player. So let's go ahead and check out the defenses now. So in stage 1, I'm going against that Superior Knight's defense where it's the 4-piece Superior 6 with the Black Knight. Stage 2 is the Bifrost with the Super Skrull. Stage 3 is the X-Treme X-Men with Spider-Man Noir. Stage 4 is the Black Order with Quicksilver. The Black Order is not fully built, but at Quicksilver you don't want to underestimate it. Stage 5 is the Infinity Watch. Stage 6 is the Secret Defenders with Morgan Le Fay and Dorm. Now something I do have going for me is that Stage 1 with the Superior 6, it looks like the ISOs might not be correct on that one, so I feel like I have a fairly good chance. Like I said, I spent a lot of time trying to figure out the best counters for each room. This defense definitely stretched me very thin. For stage 1, I'm going to use my own 4 Superior 6 members with Apocalypse. Now this is going to come down to the coin toss on which lizard goes first. I want the opponent's lizard to go first, that way they can take my buffs, and then I can come back and take them back. So that's what I'm hoping for to happen. I don't like relying on the coin toss, however, this team is very nasty, and the Apocalypse should help me in countering the Black Knight on the other side of the field. As far as ISOs go, so you can see that the enemy lizard is Skirmisher, so that's going to try to throw ability block on my whole team, so I'm using Raider. The enemy Green Goblin is a Striker. So the opening is going to be the coin toss. The enemy lizard did go first, so I was very happy when I saw that. Now my lizard will be going. I'm going to use my ult, and that's going to strip all the enemy buffs. Now the enemy Green Goblin Classic is going to go. And that's going to do that turn rewind to my entire team, which I was not a fan of. And you can already see the damage that the Black Knight is doing on the other side. I'm going to use my own rewind now for my Green Goblin Classic. And luckily the Safeguard with the immunity is helping to fend off the Black Knight. My Kraven is up. I'm going to use the special, and that's going to hit the entire enemy side. And get in the double ping so you can really see the damage that it's doing between the Black Knight and the Green Goblin Classic. The enemy Green Goblin ended up doing a special to my Apocalypse to rewind him. That wasn't the worst thing, but I wasn't really a fan of it. I'm now going to summon out my Shocker. And the enemy Doc Ock ended up killing the Kraven. So now it's down to basically 3 to 4 characters because I have the Shocker. Apocalypse is up. I'm going to use the ultimate, and I'm going to have to use the Falcon Punch on the enemy Lizard because that taunt is there. So now it's just my characters against the Black Knight, and that Black Knight really tore into me. I used my special from Green Goblin Classic to rewind him, Now the Apocalypse to do the special, and the match is over. This was a 400k punch down. I don't know how this would have worked if it was a punch across. For stage 2, it's the Bifrost with Super Skrull, and I'm going to go in here with the Cabal, Void Knight, Red Goblin. Now, Purple Sticky did end up doing this matchup in week 1. It's on the MSF counter spreadsheet, so again, I want to direct you over to that spreadsheet because if you have a hard time finding a counter, somebody might have done it previously and uploaded a video and shown you how to actually beat that team. So this is a very quick matchup. With the Void Knight, you're going to target Sylvie and use the special. That's going to take the ability energy from her, so she's not going to do that ult to rewind on turn 1. Now Red Goblin is up. I'm just going to use the ultimate, and you're going to see the damage that he does because of that Cabal. He did 3 million damage to Super Skrull. I was pretty shocked, that's why I'm waiting right here. So now Namor, I use the special, and the match is over. I was not expecting it to be that quick. For stage 3, I'm going to use my Masters of Evil with Echo. You see this is a 1 million punch up. Echo, her job is basically to shut down those assists that the other team's going to have because of those offense ups. Absorb Man, he's there because of the Spider-Man Noir. I want him to be the only one that gets targeted in this matchup, and hopefully I have enough firepower to where I can overcome it. Again, 1 million punch up, this is going to be a pretty tough fight. So Noir will be going first because of the way his passive works. He uses that ultimate on the Absorbing Man, so there's already a bunch of debuffs on him. I'm going to target Forge first because there is that Cyclops on the other side of the field. I'm going to use the ultimate so that way I can throw the ability block on him. Kang is up. I'm going to actually use the special. I want to get that offense up, plus there should be that double tap right here. Noir goes again, he uses that special. I'm going to use the ultimate to heal up that 40% health with Absorbing Man. And now Forge is gone. Now it's Moonstone's turn. Instead of doing the ultimate, I'm actually going to use the special. This is going to put that trauma stun on him. And here I did get the rewind from Cyclops because of Moonstone's special. Nightcrawler did end up living through it, but because of the trauma with the heal block, he didn't really get the passive of his health trigger off. I target Spider-Man Noir, I take one of his lives off. Now Kang is up. I use the ultimate on Nightcrawler. So now Nightcrawler and Noir are dead. I just need to focus down Cyclops and Sunspot. With my full Masters of Evil team, it's definitely doable. So the 1 million punch up did work. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. It was still pretty tough though because how beefy they are. For stage 4, I'm going to use my new warriors. Now if the Black Order was a bigger size, I don't know if this would end up working. But because they are smaller, I can definitely take advantage of their size for the Black Order. However, that Quicksilver is definitely going to be dangerous, and I think the new warriors should be able to handle that part of it. So Thanos will be doing that basic attack first because of the way Black Order works. Gwenpool is up next. I'm going to use that special and flip all those positive effects. Thanos and Ma did end up resisting that, unfortunately. For Firestar, I'm going to target the Quicksilver and use the ultimate. So Ma and Cold Obsidian are dead. The Deathpool Ping ended up killing Proxima. Thanos used the ultimate, and because the evades on my side, I was able to just ignore that. Deathpool, I used the special. Cloak, I'm going to use the ultimate. Now I have blinds on the other side of the field. For Dagger's turn, I'm going to use the ultimate again. Thanos and Quicksilver are dead, and the pings ended up killing the Scarlet Witch. Again, if this was a bigger Black Order, I don't know how this would play out. For stage 5, I'm going to use Spider-Man Big Time, the Eternals, and Tangled Web into this Infinity Watch. This is a slight punch down, and the way this is going to work, Big Time is going to strip 2 of those revived onces. I'm able to do some pretty good control with the Tangled Web members and the turn rewinds. Spider-Man Big Time is going to go first. I'm going to target Gamora and use the special that takes the revived once from Gamora and Nebula. 2099 is going to use that ultimate. And now Weaver, I'm going to use the ultimate on Nebula. Now Nebula did dodge it because they evade, but the evade is off and I have the charges on Weaver now. And now Icarus is able to do the ultimate to start turn rewinding them. This could have gone badly if Gamora did put another debuff on Icarus, because then the blind could have potentially stayed on him. Cersei ended up doing a turn rewind. Spider-Man Big Time ended up doing the ultimate. I got the Nebula dead. And here, for Spider-Weaver, I'm going to use the basic, and I was trying to kill the Gamora right there. The 2099 was able to do it with the special, so now I just have Adam Warlock, Phyla-Vell, and Moondragon left. Icarus up, I used the special, and that basically cleared the field. So this did a pretty good counter. However, there is that slight RNG, because if Icarus gets that blind to stay on him, you're not going to be able to do that turn rewind, and you're going to be fighting from behind. For stage 6, I'm going to use Super Skrull, Vahl, Nova, Archangel, and Vulture. Vulture's there to throw the slows on them. Archangel is there to do the turn rewinds when I start killing them off because of the dorm on the other side. Nova is there for the stun, and Vahl is there for an additional exposed and the ability blocks. So Super Skrull will be going first. I was trying to decide how I want to play this. I'm actually going to target Black Cat and do the special. That's going to do a turn rewind to Morgan and put an expose on the Black Cat. Vulture's up next. His special does flip positive effects. I was hoping that I'd be able to flip the immunity and maybe some death proofs on the Black Cat, but I still am able to get a slow on Morgan and Ms. Marvel Harlot, as you see here. For Super Skrull's turn, I'm going to target Morgan and do the basic. And there I was able to flip some of those positive effects on the Black Cat. Now I can do Vahl's special into Ms. Marvel Harlot to ability block her and get 1 life off of Black Cat, as you see. Black Cat uses the special into Vahl, does a trauma stun to them. Now that it's Archangel's turn, I'm going to target Morgan and do the ultimate. That's going to kill her and do a nice turn rewind to the opponent. For Nova, I did make a mistake here. I targeted Dorm and did the special. I forgot that Dorm couldn't be stunned. However, I still did some pretty good damage, especially now that Super Skrull can use the ultimate. The majority of the enemy field is dead, so I now just had to worry about the Robbie and Ms. Marvel Harlot. I was able to ping 1 life off of Ms. Marvel Harlot, but Robbie just used the ultimate here. So for Super Skrull, I'm going to use the special into Robbie, and that's 1 life off of him. For Archangel, I'm going to use the ultimate into Robbie. Nova's up, I'm going to use the ultimate, and that finishes the match. I did end up getting the W in this one. So my score was 50,183. My opponent, Medicus, I really hope I'm saying your name correctly. If not, I apologize. He got a 41,014. So I knew that he was going to have issues as far as taking out some of my teams because he had the Superior 6, Super Skrull, and Black Knight all on defense. So for big teams, that only really left him the Cabal, that left Masters of Evil, and his Apocalypse. So those were like his big three that he kept for offense. But I was still thinking that he might still have a chance to one-shot everything. So I really wanted to play into the 50,190 as the breaking point. So let's go ahead, take a look at the defenses and see what tripped him up over there. For stage 1, this was one of the rooms I was very afraid of, and I really thought about how to tackle this. I got an 8355, and if this was a bigger team on the other side, I don't know if I would have been able to do the one-shot on it. So this is a very scary team, and I'm worried about this in the future. For stage 2, I got an 8372, so props to Purple Sticky for this team. It was perfection. There was literally nothing different I could have done on this. This was a fantastic counter. For stage 3, I got an 8365. Again, 1 million punch up. I was very satisfied with how this counter played out, and it looks like Echo's gonna make a resurgence in Cosmic Crucible because of the stage 3 rolls in here. For stage 4, I got an 8370. The New Warriors did a really good job in this. Again, like I mentioned in the combat portion of it, I don't know how this would play out if the Black Order was a bigger team, so that's something to kind of keep in mind if you're looking at this counter. For stage 5, I get an 8364. Now there is RNG on this matchup like I mentioned. If the Icarus gets the blind to stay on him, then this match can definitely fall apart. So I kind of rolled the dice a little bit on this one, but overall I didn't do too bad. For stage 6, I got an 8357. I took some punishment in the health bonus portion on this. However, the team definitely did its job, and I still got a decent score on here. As for my defenses, it looks like they used New Warriors, and that failed into my Extreme X-Men with Dorm. Then they followed that up with Kestrel, Tangled Web, Nova, and Emma. This got them at 7954. And it looks like Pegasus in stage 2 is the thing that they didn't clear. So they went in with the Cabal combination, followed by a Hive Mind, which failed, and then kind of a leftover. So I'm thinking that they finished the rest of the round and then went back to stage 2 and they couldn't do anything. For stage 3, they got an 8368, so he's a little bit more efficient than me on the stage 3 fight. He used the same team though, which was Masters of Evil with Echo. So Echo is making that resurgence this season. Make sure you do have her somewhat built up so that way you can use her to shut down those assists. For stage 4, he used his Cabal with Undying into my Black Order with Omega Red. This got him at 8370. For stage 5, they got a 8356. This is where I put my Black Knight with the Infinity Watch, and it did take his Apocalypse away, so that's something to kind of keep in mind on this. For stage 6, they got a 7966, and they did drop a match. So they initially used that Tangled Web, Kestrel, Nova, Emma. That ended up failing. What I found interesting is that the Hive Mind with Doom ended up working on this. I watched the replay and Doom did nothing, so it looks like a full Hive Mind can beat this team. And that's all I have for you today. Hopefully you guys learned something as far as how my defense is set up and how I'm trying to work my offense to kind of score in that 190 range. And I'm also very happy I put Pegasus on defense. So many people are still keeping Bifrost on defense, and they have a lot of counters that work against them, and that is a team that works against Pegasus. If there's anything that you saw that you had questions about, feel free to jump in the comments section below and let me know. Maybe I played something a little bit off, or maybe you had a few questions about some of my attacks. I also have that Discord channel that's going to be in the description below. If you did enjoy this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.